YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am here to do the 10 boy and 10 girl baby names I love but will not be using. Although, I gotta start this over. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to do my 10 boy and 10 girl names that I love but will not be using. In the 10 boy names, I did include the name I am fairly sure my boyfriend and I are going to name our son, but we haven't officially decided anything. So if you have a guess for which name it is that you think we're using, please do leave it in the comment section below. I think that would be really interesting to see if anyone can guess which name we're fairly sure we're going to use. So, since I am having a boy, I will start with the girls' names list. So, name number 1 is Auden. Not only do I love the sound of this name, I love the meaning and the way I found it. It's from a poem by W.H. Auden. I don't remember the name. If I find it, I will post it on the screen here. It has a line in the poem that says, "If equal love cannot be, let the more loving one be me." And I just think that is such a nice, I guess you could say, sentiment phrase to apply to motherhood. And I think that's a special way to tell your child that you picked their name, is that whole story of how it's from a poem, a poet. But unfortunately, even if we were having a girl, I couldn't have picked this name because my boyfriend did not like it whatsoever. Also, kind of tricky. I like a lot of names that end with N, but my name ends in an N and has an N in it, and my boyfriend's name ends in an N. So it's kind of tricky with the names that end in N. The second name I love is Abran. I would have to say Auden and Abran are two of my favorite girl names. But if I did have a boyfriend or a husband who would get on board with either of those, I still wouldn't use both of them. I would pick one or the other, as I think they're a little too similar to be sibling names. But Abran is actually from a book, the Prydain Chronicles, and it is the river in the book. Sorry, I thought my boyfriend was coming back. Anyways, in the book, the Prydain Chronicles, there's three of them, I want to say, or 4. There's a river, Abran, and there's a little family that lives on the side of the river, and they're a very poor family, and they pick up the debris and the trash that floats through the river, and they utilize it in their daily lives. And just the whole section of the book about this poor family really focused on being happy in the little things and with what you have instead of wishing and wanting for more. So I love that message, and I also think it would be really cool to have a literary inspired name so that you can go back and read the books that you were named after. The next name my boyfriend and I it was one of our top 2, is Lyra. It's after a constellation. I don't have much more to say about it. The only thing that weirded me out a little, I guess not weirded me out, made me question it, is that my name's Elaina. A lot of people will call me Elaina, and I think Elaina and Lyra are very similar. So I would have had to think about that if I was willing to have a name so similar to my daughters. The next name I would have pushed for my boyfriend to agree to. He liked it. He liked Lyra better, but he liked this name. If I had a daughter, I would have named her this, and it is Violet. I don't know what it is. I'd always sworn to myself I would pick names outside of the top 200 even, because I wanted my child to have a very unique name, especially since my boyfriend's last name is fairly common. But Violet, even though it was number 50, I think, or 52 in 2015, I just fell in love with it. It was like that aha moment where I actually was reading a book and it described one of the characters' eyes as violet eyes. And just the name Violet, I think it's so cute. I think Vi is cute, or V, or whatever you want to say is a cute nickname. And it will be sweet and adorable in a little girl and then age properly with her as she grows, I think. Next name is sort of a guilty pleasure name for me that I can't seem to shake, and that is Winter. I don't know why I love Winter so much, but I just think Winnie is the most adorable nickname, and Winter is so cool. But unfortunately, my boyfriend would not have gone for this, and also, I think it's a little bit comical to name your summer baby Winter. But either way, I don't know what it is about it. I love the way it sounds. I love the nickname Winnie, and I wish I could have brought myself to choose that name. The next name I've loved for a while is Marley. I think it is adorable. I can picture a little teeny toddler toddling around named Marley. I kind of like the shorter names like that too. I don't know how popular it is or common, so I can't really comment on that, but I don't have much else to say. I just really love the name, and I think for an adult named Marley, it wouldn't be weird. And it sounds sort of beachy to me, and I love the beach. The next name I love is Elora. I love the way it rolls off the tongue. It's sort of a twist on the name Laura, but my name is Elaina, so I would not name my daughter Elora. It's pretty much like the same name to me. I know they're different, but too similar for my personal preferences. The next name I have, this is number 7, is Willa. Something about Willa, I know it's an old-timey name. I'm fairly sure it's an old-timey name, but Willa I wish I could have the words to describe. You sound so short, so much. It sounds like such a big name packed into so few letters, if that makes any sense at all. But there isn't any nickname options for that name, and I would like to be able to have a sweet little nickname to call my child, and Willa didn't work for that. Is this 8 or 9? 9, I guess. The last one was 8. Number 9 is Vera. It sounds so sophisticated and so cute at the same time. Absolutely love the name Vera, and I picture a swanky lady, kind of, with the name Vera. Unfortunately, I just kind of couldn't shake the thought of Vera Bradley. You know, the whole wallet. I have one of their wallets I've had for 5 years, but I couldn't shake that thought of Vera Bradley. So, Vera got crossed off the list. And last but not least is definitely a guilty pleasure name. I kind of included it because I really want to love this name. Something about it seems so cool and so unique to me, and I wish I could get myself behind it because I love it, but I, on the other hand, could not ever picture naming a child this, and that is Lavender. I love floral names like Violet, as I said before, and Zinnia is also adorable. And Lavender Brown from Harry Potter, even though I didn't really like her character, I still think it is a very cool name. And if your name is Lavender, please let me know because I think that is the most awesome name. I just can't bring myself to commit to a name like that. So as all 10 girl names I have, I actually only ever thought of girl names. I never really pictured myself with a son. So I put a lot of more thought into girl names. It was really hard for me to come up with all 10 boy names, but girl names I was cutting ones out. So I hope that you like my 10 girl names list, and now onto the boy names. Boy name number 1 is Maxwell. I love Maxwell. I think it sounds so professional and so adorable, and I just picture a little newborn, like me walking around at the beach or something with a newborn and an old lady. You know how grandmas always come up to people with babies and ask you how old they are and what their names are? I just picture someone asking me what my little teeny tiny newborn is and me saying Maxwell. It's seems like such a big name for a little baby, and I absolutely love it. The only thing is that I don't mind the nickname Max. I think it's fine. But I'm not in love with Max. I'm in love with Maxwell. But it doesn't seem like the kind of name where you would call your child by their full name, even though there's a nickname option, if you catch what I'm saying. The next name is Weston. My boyfriend loves Weston. I like Weston too. I think that it's an old-timey name on the rise again. And West, such a cute nickname. And I guess Weston too is a name I could picture myself like calling my child by their full name of Weston. Again, with Weston is the last name ending in an N and Weston ending in an N. So that's sort of my biggest hang up for the name. But I think it's like so sweet. It can grow with a child. West or Westy would be a cute little nickname for a baby. And then Weston is definitely a very solid, appropriate, like, adult name. The next name is not one I liked. It's the one my boyfriend loved. When we first started talking about baby names, he was dead set on, if we had a son, naming him Grayson. If you are naming your child this, I apologize. Or if your name is this, I apologize, but I just do not like the name Grayson. It just sounds like Jason to me, but like you're trying to be like special, sort of. But I do think Gray is a really adorable nickname. It's super sweet. But Grayson, I just can't get myself to love it. The next name is Arthur. This is not like a name that is my style at all. But I think Artie, so adorable. It makes my heart melt. And I picture like a little baby in old man clothes, like suspenders and button-up shirts, named Arthur. I think it is so cute, and it's a family name for me, so that's why I would have considered it. My grandpa's name is Arthur, so I would have done Arthur as the first name and my dad's name as the middle name probably, but my boyfriend did not like it, which kind of was a bummer to me because I really thought it was adorable. Then, similar to that, number 5 is Archer. I do like this more than Arthur, but if I were going to pick either one of them, I would pick Arthur because it was my papa's name, or is. He's still alive, luckily. Archer, Archie, absolutely love it. Along the same lines is like Ryder, Parker, but Archer is my favorite. I just could not get my boyfriend on board with that name either, so that is why my son's name will not be Archer or Arthur. Again, very similar to Archer is Wilder. I love the sound of this name. That just sounded really weird. But I love the sound of Wilder. And I just picture such an adorable, like, blonde-haired, tan boy with, do you know the haircuts I'm talking about? Where it's, like, long on the top and shorter sides, running around. But unfortunately, the nickname would be Wild or something like that. And that just seems like you're signing yourself up for bad luck. So, not behind the nickname Wild, but I do love the name Wilder. The next one is Wyatt. I used to love this name and like be convinced I was going to be naming my son Wyatt if I had a son, but I think I just outgrew Wyatt. I do like it, and I think it's a nice, respectable, normal, fine boy's name, but it just wasn't it for me. It didn't have any it factor. The next one is Beckham. I guess also Beckett. I like that too, but Beckham more so. But it wasn't after David Beckham. I don't watch soccer. I'm not into that at all. I do think David Beckham is pretty handsome, but that's not why I like the name. I just love the name it sounds. I think Beck is a cute nickname, but my boyfriend said no to this one also. Number 9 is Milo. Again, similar to Wyatt, it's a fine, normal, respectable boy's name. I love how it's short and sweet and still sounds mature in a way, but I just don't think it had the it factor for me. I wasn't in love with it, so I crossed it off the list. And last but not least is Nico. And I guess along the same lines, Luca, but mainly Nico. I love the name Nico. That's also a name from a book series I love. If you can see, I love to get inspiration from literature I'm reading. But Nico just is too similar to Nicholas, and I knew a lot of weird Nicks growing up. So I would think of them every time I said my son's name. So that is why I will not be picking Nico. or Luca, because I also knew some really weird Lucases. But that was number 10. Those are all the names written down on my list. If you have a guess for which boy name you think that we will be using, please leave it in the boy's name in the comment section below. Thank you guys all so much for subscribing, for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do. I am working on uploading more frequently. I just am not very technologically savvy, so I have run into a lot of roadblocks, but I'm working on it. Like, comment, connect with me with the email linked below, and I will catch up with you in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!